Jobs numbers will be a huge factor, of course, come Election Day. In fact, between now and then, there are just 3 more job reports, the final one coming just 4 days before Election Day. And tonight it comes as no surprise, President Obama and Mitt Romney both jumping on these numbers, but with different takes.
The U.S. economy added an extra 160,000 jobs in July. That's according to official figures. The figures are better than had been expected, but despite the growth in new jobs, the overall unemployment rate rose slightly last month.
Officials at the Labor Department say the jobless rate rose from 8.2% to 8.3%. It's been close to 8% for the past few months. The officials also say employers added 163,000 non-farm jobs. Analysts had expected about 100,000. The growth was the biggest in 4 months.
New figures show more jobs were created in July in the U.S., but the unemployment rate there went up. Companies hired the most workers in 5 months, 163,000, better than economists had predicted. However, the pace is not picking up, and it's not enough to make a significant dent in the total of 12.8 million Americans who are out of work. The unemployment rate rose to 8.3% of the working population. From 8.2% in June, it has been over 8% for more than 3 years. That boosted expectations for additional stimulus moves by the U.S. central bank, the Federal Reserve. Many economists expect the Fed to opt to print money to buy government bonds at its next policy meeting in September. U.S. economic growth at an annual pace of 1.5% in the second quarter of this year was far short of what's needed to keep the unemployment rate stable. U.S. retailers have just reported stronger than expected sales for July, but said that was largely due to discounting rather than improving consumer confidence.
Today we just got a new number from the unemployment report, and it's another hammer blow to the struggling middle-class families of America, because the president has not had policies that put American families back to work. I'll put them in place and get America working again.
We haven't had to come back from an economic crisis this deep or this painful since the 1930s. But we also knew that if we were persistent, if we kept at it and kept working, that we'd gradually get to where we need to be.
With about 3 months to the vote, everyone involved in this election realizes that President Barack Obama has an uphill battle. No modern president has been elected with unemployment this high. That is why they are trying to point to the fact they believe things are getting better, because studies have shown if people think it's going to get better, that can often weigh more heavily on their vote than how they feel the economy is doing right now.